Everybody please welcome to the stage, Callum Strafford!
Hi, I'm Callum, a rookie comedian from Australia. My two favourite things in this world are performing live and travelling. In 2024, I decided to take a leap of faith. I spent my life savings on a round-the-world ticket and performed in France, London, the Edinburgh Fringe, New York, Austin, Texas, and LA. Am I cut out for this lifestyle? Or was this trip one giant train wreck? Let's find out. Ooh, I'm behind you and watching your movie. I start my campaign in Étampes, France, a beautiful town where I get woken up by this church bell every morning.
Shut up.
I would practice my comedy act in the morning, much to the displeasure of the lovely French family I was staying with. Then I'd ride this old dodgy bike through the town to the Philippe Gallier Clown School, where you learn to be a more playful and lovable performer. After class, you either feel on top of the world or feel like Satan has ripped out your insides. For instance, one day Philippe gave me the feedback, "You look like Tintin and you are very boring. If I was on holiday with you, I would kill myself." Then afterwards you would go to Café du Départ, run by this lovely couple. I'd have drinks with my classmates out the back. Then afterwards we would play a bit of pool and have some more drinks. This is my second time going to this school. I first went there in 2023 and I decided to come back because I still felt I had more to learn from my French maestro. I'd go to Paris on the weekends and sometimes I was lucky to run into an old friend. I'm meeting up with mum and dad in Paris and they haven't realised I'm right in front of them. There we go, now they see me. They're very supportive of my comedy, so I was lucky to have them with me for a couple of weeks. They also paid for a few meals, which is a bonus. I got to see the Olympic torch with them and that was so cool. We visit the Palace of Versailles and I'm on 2 hours sleep and had a few too many French grapes the night before, so the rich, serene atmosphere is wasted on me. My style of comedy is weird and alternative. Here's me on stage in Paris, dressed as Mozart, teasing the audience on whether I'm going to play the triangle or not. In the words of my French clown teacher, I'd say this performance was not horrible, but you need to be more fuckable. Afterwards, I was over the moon. Here I was in Paris, performing to a lovely crowd full of my friends from clown school and other random Parisians. Fuck yeah. Now my time at Gallier has come to an end. It's probably the hardest thing I've done, but I loved it. It changed the way I perform. The emphasis was about trying to find the fun rather than trying to be funny. I learnt to trust my instincts rather than overthink. I loved meeting and collaborating with the best people. The Gallier School, my wonderful host Sylvie and her family, and the beautiful town of Étampes will always have a special place in my heart. Now I need to immerse myself in the cultural hub that is London, a comedy capital and maybe my future home. I do my best to fit in with the locals by complaining about everything. It's summer in the UK, so at least the rain's warm. There we go, I feel like a local already. I think mum and dad are regretting spending time with me. But they need a few tips on how to be more subtle tourists. They wouldn't dry in the dryer, so I had to improvise. I did an open mic to get a taste of what it might be like to be an amateur comedian in London. I was in the birthplace of the English language, and that night, I completely forgot how to speak it.
Yeah, that joke cost $160, so thank you very much. Half more, nice one. Cool, spend it well, Billy. Awesome. All right. Rob, should we Graham? No?
I got desperate, so I pulled out my A-grade material.
I was the ginger god of India.
In the words of my French clown teacher, "Your voice needs to be like strawberries and champagne. Here, your voice was more like English food." The London comedy and theatre scene is addicting. I felt very at home. This and my love for British music like the Beatles and Oasis make the temptation to live there hard to resist. Mum and Dad leave for Italy to relax and unwind. And my trip is going to speed up. Because now I'm in full preparation mode for the Edinburgh Fringe. Sitting, thinking, memorising, rehearsing all day long, and now arriving in Scotland. This is the Edinburgh Fringe, a comedian's rite of passage. Every August, the city erupts into this fervorous storm of creativity. Artists and audiences come together from all over the world. It's something I've always heard about and always wanted to do. And now I'm lucky enough to do a show in the most famous comedy event in the world. Holy shit. If I can survive this, I can survive anything. My show is about Mozart and Blink-182. Very high concept. Here's me full of doubt and fear. I feel like I'm out of my depth. Here's me the next day ecstatic and delirious about the opportunity I've been given. I'm going balls to the wall. Go big or go home. Okay, first show. Let's put my new clown skills to the test and take a few risks. Here, I'm pretending that I can't control my hand from reaching for my phone. Listen to the silence. In the words of my French clown teacher, this was masturbation, pleasuring only yourself and not the audience. I fall asleep automatically, but when you flop, you need to acknowledge it.
Thank you for sitting through that, and thanks for just...
I was so proud of myself for doing my first show at the Edinburgh Fringe. I had great laughs, great flops. Truly an Edinburgh Fringe experience all round. I couldn't believe it.
People actually came to my show.
Now the hard work begins. I can't just rely on word of mouth. I need to get out and flyer. Hey, you should come see my show. It's really funny. Meanwhile, in your head, you're thinking, I have no idea what I'm doing, but please come and laugh and validate me. The hotel communal kitchen was my rehearsal room. Had to stop while the cleaner changed the bins. Each morning I work on the show. I add new bits, make changes, cut, refine. I'm tired. I'm lacking sleep. God, this shit is hard. I even tried eating a cucumber on stage one night. Lucky I had Taylor with me, backing me and supporting me in every way. She's an amazing performer and artist, and she's got an incredible career ahead of her. Thank you, Taylor. Cut to my 7th and final show. I'm just going to focus on enjoying myself. I walk into my beautiful venue for the last time, prepared to perform to a handful of people maybe, but to my shock, I get a full crowd. And some of the laughs I've been so desperate for.
I came up against the most fearsome gunslinger in the West. He even played the recorder better than anyone I'd ever seen.
Thanks everyone, not everything has to have a meaning.
It was the best show of my life and I'll never forget it. The audience were phenomenal. I was in disbelief. I found pleasure in each moment, played around, got out of my comfort zone and took risks. I had doubts that I was heading in the right direction, but this show proved that I can fill a room and make an audience laugh on the other side of the world. It all fell into place. The hard work at the Goliath School, the flops in the earlier shows, the flyering, it all paid off. The Edinburgh Fringe has been the best learning experience of my career so far. In the words of my French clown teacher, this performance was not too bad. Here are some lovely comments I got from audience members after the show.
This is probably not only the best gig I've done in Edinburgh, but the best gig, like this best crowd and best show I've done ever. So just thank you so much. Thank you. If you thought the show was worth anything, I've got a bucket over there. If you've got a spare coin or a spare fiver, thank you to the wonderful staff at Fingers Piano Bar. And I hope you have an amazing Fringe. Take care. Feel free to come up and chat. I'm just, very grateful. Thank you so much.
Now I need to go somewhere less busy, less stimulating, with less attention-seeking people.
It is their first time here. They're in New York for a little bit of time. Let's give some love to Callum Strafford!
Whoa, I'm in New York City. I get there the day after my Edinburgh show finishes, and instead of taking a day to rest, I ping-pong around this electric nest of chaos as soon as I step off the plane. This is my first time in America, and I've got to make the most of it. I'm running on pure adrenaline. My then undiagnosed ADHD thrived. Too many things to do. welcoming, inclusive. A city where if you struggle to say no, like me, you're not going to sleep. I had 18-hour days. There's a real sense of community and everyone wants to help each other succeed. I start to really treat myself and I'm a little less conservative with my money. This is Aidan, my mate from Australia, who now lives in Manhattan. He let me crash in his apartment and took me to Katz's Deli, a New York institution. Okay, my first ever gig in America, Manhattan. I take off the costume and try to be more normal.
But then I see a woman between the age of 18 and 30. I know exactly what she's listening to. He was beaten to a pulp, shot 4 times, and then drowned in the nearby lake. Am I wrong? No?
But I don't think I can resist going full Callum for too long.
All right, shall I get a bit weirder? Yeah.
The recorder fucked it.
One lovely New York comedian at the show told me, "You're like Flight of the Conchords mixed with Mr. Bean." And that's like my favourite compliment I've ever received. In the words of my French clown teacher, I was not too boring. We will not give you a German passport today. All right, y'all, it's time for a little Southern hospitality. Austin, Texas. 40 degrees every fucking day. I was starting to get real tired, but no time to rest. I need to devour the live music, comedy, food, and country dancing. Pam and Mark are a lovely American couple who I stayed with. I'm friends with Pam's daughter Katie back in Australia. Look at them, they are the sweetest. I had the most incredible few days. Once in a lifetime stuff. Pam and Mark took me everywhere. I even went to brunch with Pam's girlfriends. Anne borrowed her car and drove it on the right side of the road for the first time and committed multiple offences. This is Barton Springs. Here I shouted some friendly obscenities to all the unsuspecting Americans. I stayed in Round Rock, named after this very circular rock. I signed up for Kill Tony, the famous comedy show, with 200 other comedians. I didn't get on. Instead, I signed up for a gig where I found myself performing to an audience of one other comedian and the MC.
Here's a list of Harry Potter characters that I don't look like. You guys have been great. Both of you have been so good. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah! Give it up for Calhoun. Is that right? Callahan? Callum.
That's okay.
Alright, cool. Hey man, that was creative. I like that.
Thank you, yeah, just messing around. Thank you.
Very gimmicky. I liked it.
In the words of my French clown teacher, "You need to seduce the audience. Here you have the seduction skills of a Mormon." The memories of the best gig of my life in Edinburgh just 2 weeks earlier felt so distant. Then I got hit with heat stroke, along with mental and physical exhaustion. It put me out of action for a couple of days. My body was begging me to slow down. But I have a plane to catch. I'm flying over gorgeous California. My hat wouldn't fit in the luggage, so I had to wear it on the plane. And then as I lie on the pillow of my hostel bunk that night, it all hits me. It's a deep sense of dread. The travel fatigue, severe lack of sleep, exercise, and less than healthy diet over the last 2 months has all caught up with me. I'm overwhelmed with a feeling of, where am I and what the fuck am I doing? But I gotta snap out of it because I'm in GTA 5 land, baby! LA can be very pleasing on the eyes. I love the lights, the retro signs, and the awesome views. Here, the sun was exquisite. I'm lucky I had good friends that I met back at the Gollier School and folks that I met at my LA hostel to drive me around. As in LA, you're more likely to spot a Church of Scientology or a talking donkey than a train or a bus. Amoeba Music is the best record store in the world. I gatecrashed this party, woo! After going to Gollier, I'm more open to getting out of my comfort zone and embracing failure. So I signed up for a hip-hop dancing class. I loved it. Now this footage cost me $50 to buy, so it's going to get some decent playtime here. LA has a massive clown scene, and I wanted to be part of it. The audiences there are very enthusiastic. they can do things you don't expect. In the words of my French clown teacher, "You were the biggest idiot in the room. Not too bad." Finally, I made it to the end of my Route 66. America, I love you. For all your flaws, you're so good looking, generous and sweet. You went out of your way to make sure I had a good time. Probably because I'm a white Australian. This insane trip changed my life. Now I know that I can make people laugh outside of Australia, but I've still got a lot of learning to do, I think. But I'm not here to get it right away. I'm still discovering. And as my French clown teacher says, Mr. Flop is your friend. You've got to embrace that failure. It's all part of the ride. Keeping a positive attitude is key. I now know that my determination and drive is real. I have a thirst to hop around the globe and entertain as many people as possible. I really love connecting with people around the world, and I've learned to really value the time we have with our nearest and dearest. Now I know my limits a little bit more, I think, from this trip. So next time I'm going to space things out a little bit with some rest, better eating, a bit of exercise, a bit of meditation, more of a routine. Oh, and I've since got an ADHD assessment since the trip, and the results were very positive. I finally feel ready to move overseas. London, you're first. America, if you behave yourself, you might be second. I keep blabbing on here, but the most important thing is, did I enjoy myself? And the answer is yes. Apart from the Edinburgh shows, I didn't make a cent from any of the gigs, but I would do it all again in a heartbeat. And of course, it's not just me. There are performers and travellers everywhere, doing anything for attention. People might stop and watch, or they may just walk past. They can be on streets, in parks, clubs, in stadiums, airports, performing to many or to few. We're trying our best and we don't always land the plane. But next time you see one, stop by and smile. You'll make their day.
Okay, is Judah here? Judah. Like the one that killed Jesus? Judah? Is there a, what the fuck? Tripolelium? That can't be real. Tripolelium. Okay, I'm gonna just say no. No one's responding. Oh, Trip Callahan. Is that fucker here? No. I guess this is the fucking headliner. Jesus Christ, giving over the headliner. Calhoun